Hello and welcome to the Good Old Days, our program focusing on the history of Raynham. I'm Pat Riley. Our host is retired Selectman Don McKinnon. Welcome, Don.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is a very nice building.
Yes, very nice. And here we are again.
You're in charge of the building.
Special guest today is retired teacher and co-chair of our Raynham Memorial Day Parade, Sandy Leahy. Welcome, Sandy.
Thank you. Thank you.
How many years teaching?
36.
Oh, that's
All
a
in
long
Raynham.
time. Yeah.
Yep.
And your dad
Very
taught, how
proud
long
of it.
did your dad teach in Raynham?
I think he was about 25. He was a change of occupation when he came. But he taught the middle
No,
school.
but I'm thinking he started, I'm trying to think of when I came to town now, 62. He was teaching already, I believe. He probably taught from 1960 on. Would that be right?
Could be. Because
Yeah,
when we
and
moved
then
from
you
New
took
York,
up.
I
So
was...
basically, your family has been here.
Right. And now my
Since-
daughter teaches in Taunton.
Really?
So,
So your dad obviously was Mr. Swenson.
correct. Correct.
Did you grow up in Raynham, Sandy?
No, I was born in New York, Middletown, New York.
Really?
Yep.
That's why she
And-
has a split accent.
I have my R's. I still think I have a little bit of my R's left.
That's nice.
And then when I was 12 years old, we moved up here, and we have been here ever since. Yep, went to all the Raynham schools. I moved here in the 8th grade, I think it was, and then taught here and live here, and now we're going to parade here.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. One thing that always was kind of characteristic of Sandy in the schools was that you always had wonderful Veterans Day little programs, Memorial Day programs.
Little
with
children's
children,
parade.
with the little children.
With
yes.
the music.
Yes.
And
Cardboard.
traditionally on June 14th, Flag Day, that would be the end of my kindergarten year. School was just about over. So I would do a patriotic tribute with all the kiddos dressed in red, white, and blue. And from the first day of school, obviously you always pledge the flag and then taught them 5 patriotic songs. So come June, they were ready to roll. And that was
Now,
my,
where do you think that patriotism came from?
oh, my dad.
Okay.
No question.
He was a Marine.
He was a Marine and
And
my older
there's
boy
no such
was
thing as a former Marine.
Once a Marine, always a
always
Once
a Marine.
always a Marine.
That's, and I was well told that, yes. Yes, and then our older boy was Army, and our youngest boy is Navy. He's actually still in the Navy Reserves. So we all have that heart for the
Military
country and
background,
the
yeah.
military.
Yeah.
So when Sandy retired as a teacher a few years back,
Is it 2 years?
December 2008.
can you believe?
Wow.
Seven
And then I
Years,
subbed
yes.
for a couple of years,
Wow.
yeah.
Yes,
It was,
But when she
And you wrote a book.
She wrote a children's book.
I wrote a book.
But we
Yeah.
also felt that we had to keep her on our rave board of directors and that we wanted to keep involved in the patriotic events. So we created a salute to our veterans committee and we put Sandy in as the chairman for that.
And that's how the flags came about.
And that's how the flags came about. It was 5 years ago.
Correct,
At
yeah.
an annual dinner meeting that Sandy was talking with Heidi Latender, who was the principal of Merrill at the time, and Taryn
Taryn.
Riley, was also a kindergarten teacher. And was there anyone else? Well, Kim Dolan. And she came over and said, we really need to have a parade and we need to decorate the center of town.
That's it.
So we put a committee together that
We had a parade once before. We were walking down. Cars were coming up one side. We were walking the other.
Can I tell you where that
People
was?
had the smoke coming up from the leaves. It was burn a leaf day, you know. We were wheezing along.
But when I was at South School with Tony Caputo, I remember I hand-stitched this banner, and it was a Memorial Day parade way back then, and it was only our South School,
Yeah.
and I don't even know where we started from, but it went by the
I
church
think we
and so
started up
forth.
around the town, the old town hall, which is fire station. And we
Okay.
ended up coming down North Main, come down North Main, take a left on Mill to go to the Legion.
To the
I
Legion.
believe.
That was it. You were there. Yep.
I was marching in the parade. I
in the
walked in the
parade.
parade in those days, Pat. That was another time.
Yeah.
Now there's like a bus or your
Yes, you
dad's
have
car,
right,
one or the other.
exactly. Now you ride. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it took us a year to really put it all together. We started planning in that July, I think. Kicked it off on for July 4th that week, and had, of course, always having our Veterans Day.
5 years
programs.
for the flag or 5 years for the parade?
fourth year, this is the fourth year.
Fourth
It took
year
us kind of
for
a year to
So it's
pull
been
it all
three,
together.
okay,
This
yeah.
is our fourth year
Yeah.
of the parade, and of course with the flags that we decorate the center of town. How many flags, Sandy?
We have 30 more going up this year, so
Wow.
it's way over 100.
Yeah,
And that's all donation.
right.
It's all fundraising is how we get
So
those
we go
flags.
down
From the four
North
corners.
Main, South Main, Pleasant Street, and Orchard Street.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way it goes? Yeah.
And then hopefully this, well, not hopefully, it's going to happen. We're going to extend the parade route with flags. So wherever they end on South Main
Main,
Street, we're going to continue up toward King Philip Street.
Oh, that'd be
With those
wonderful.
new
Yeah.
flags. At some point, we'd love to be able to go all the way down to the town hall with these
Yeah,
flags.
that would be
Right.
great.
Or
Yeah.
even just keep going down the parade route.
Yeah.
And
So-
thanks to the, Dan Andre has helped us so much because he creates the little stand that the flagpole goes in. Our highway department helps dig those holes, and our great fire department puts the flags up for us.
And
So-
stores them.
And stores them.
It really, from that one little table at the end of school that particular June to now, well, to the first year, it became a town event. And then just to see all the people sitting alongside of the road, and this is a Memorial Day parade, so it's a little bit different from a 4th of July or a Veterans Day parade. So it's just a very thoughtful learning experience for the children
And
as
different
well.
people create banners, and they march to the, and then the stand itself creates a show unto itself.
Yes, yes. Sandy, but at the gazebo park, at the end of the
Yeah.
parade, we have a really nice ceremony.
Ceremony is, unfortunately, I think a lot of people watch the parade and then they just disperse.
We've got to encourage more people, I don't know how we do that, but more people should stay for that, because the
the last
military there
two-
puts on a show like they've never seen before in their life.
Wonderful.
And for the last 2 years, and this will be our third year, the unit 772, right in Taunton, have sent 2 soldiers to do the ceremonial flag fold. And with that, that's a ceremonial at a funeral flag fold. There is narration with every time they fold that flag, and it is absolutely impressive. And I had never heard it until 2 years ago. And this year we have, due to more fundraising, we've hired a bagpipe band from Falmouth.
How many bagpipes do you know?
I think there's about 14 to 16.
In the
Awesome.
parade?
In the parade, yes.
Whoa, people better get out and see that.
That's right.
That's wonderful.
And before we go any further, too, mark it on your calendars. It's Saturday, May 28th, Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. Starts at 10 o'clock sharp. Retired Police Chief Peter King is our parade coordinator. so
We'll
he
tell
makes
you where
sure
the
we
flag
start
should
Got
go
it.
and the
right
way
on
they should,
time.
yeah. The old
And we'll
grouch.
step
It's
off.
the only day he gets a chance to be a grouch again, because he was chief. He was tough in the old days. Now he's Mr. Nice Guy, you know. May I go here? May I go there? I said, wow.
He's got us all right
But
on
on the
task,
day of the
which we need
parade-
somebody like that,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it works out
Starts
well.
off right at Merrill School, 687 Pleasant Street, down Pleasant Street, through the four-corner intersection where the flags will all be, down South Main Street by the town hall, which is a good place for people to watch.
Sure.
too.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
And
crowd.
then over to King Philip Street, take a right onto King Philip Street and into the gazebo park. Where the
And
ceremony
then the ceremony.
Yep, right, exactly.
So along with the bagpipe band, we also have a brass band from
Now,
the
this is different
Bridgewater
from last
Raynham.
year, though, a
because-
brass band. So you
Yes.
have both of these
Yes.
new events.
Yes, yes,
In
because we
that-
had a great fundraising. Sandy and Taryn
Wow.
put together a great fundraising, a
Yeah.
comedy night. It
Mm-hmm.
was very successful, and we raised some money, and
And
it's
this
gonna
is
be a
what we
great
did.
parade.
Boy, that's terrific.
And we're having comedy night again October 1st at the Legion.
The Legion's very good, isn't
They
it?
are
They-
wonderful
I don't mean
to
they
us.
weren't good before, but boy, they're terrific now.
They are part of our team. They are definitely
They
part
really
of
are
who
great
we are.
guys and
Mhm.
girls, and they really put a lot into it.
Especially Jimmy Banks and Bill Ryder. They've been with us from the very
That's
beginning,
right.
partnering.
That's right.
Definitely, definitely. As a
Right.
matter of fact, they just made a contribution to pay for the trolley again. There'll be a trolley for veterans to ride
Yeah, I
in.
rode in that last year.
Exactly. So hopefully, anybody that knows any veterans or
Yeah,
members
Johnny
of the
Welsh, we get
military
him
to come,
from there.
exactly, because we'd like to fill that
Fill
up.
the trolley with
And the Raynham Girl Scouts have some boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
Oh.
And any veteran that rides in the trolley
Gets a free
gets
box?
a free box of Girl Scout cookies.
What if I ride in it twice? Do I get 2 boxes?
boxes.
You should be able to, Dawn.
But that trolley is for the veterans, so if anybody out there has a relative, a friend, bring them on.
We had a
and
good crowd last year.
I don't know if we
on
have a
that
phone number they
trolley,
could call
yeah.
if they want
Yeah.
more information.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
It's, well,
If there's an overflow, Pat, does your brother again have the
We will.
Vehicle?
We'll see, but we'll have places that people
something?
can
Yeah,
ride.
right.
Yeah.
If it overflows, yeah, we'll have.
Exactly.
but if anybody does want to be involved, be it a float or a veteran, my phone is 508-272-7245, and we can let you know what's going on. But we'd love to
Yeah,
have the
if you want to
veterans.
do the email, you can contact Rave Coordinator Kim Dolan at ravevolunteercoordinator, all one word, @gmail.com. So, or any of the Raynham schools.
Sure,
Ask for Rave.
sure.
There you go.
Get us the
Right.
message, exactly. But we've got a new banner this year too, Dawn,
Ah.
another banner.
You gonna carry that band again?
Oh, yes, you bet. All 3 miles.
I like it with heels.
Sandy?
I would try it with heels, but people would talk.
But we changed the theme a little bit this
Mm-hmm.
year because we wanted to really emphasize the meaning of Memorial Day.
Well, that'd be nice.
So
yeah.
what is the theme this year, Mrs. Leahy?
The theme is that we are thoughtful about our fallen heroes.
We celebrate the lives of
Of
our
our
fallen
fallen.
heroes
Mhm.
because we mourn their loss, but also to celebrate their lives.
Right,
you know,
right.
because their patriotism and what they have done for our country should be honored.
Right. And being a little different between Veterans Day and Memorial Day, there are differences. So we did have a banner made that will begin the parade for our fallen
Right in front of
celebrate.
those bagpipers. It's going to be really
Well,
nice. Yes.
Bagpipes, 1 or 2, okay, but more than that, very dramatic when you hear those bagpipes.
Well, I'd seen this, the Christmas parade in Falmouth. We had gone down there, and there were 2 bagpipe groups in the parade. So I had quickly written down both the names off the big drums they have. And I connected with one of them, and the gentleman is Joe Hayes. He used to live in Taunton, now he's in Falmouth. And they wanted to do it. He said to me, we are going to be at a couple places in Falmouth on St. Patrick's Day. So my husband and I went down to one of them, and they came in and they stood in this restaurant and played, and then they left.
Wow.
And then I ran out to physically meet Joe Hayes and some of the pipers, and they had signed
Falmouth
up to be with us.
sometimes is considered Little Taunton or Little Raynham because a lot of people from those 2 communities go down to Falmouth, it seems. A lot of them living down there now, people we know.
They are not too far, but
They don't play the bagpipes, but they do go down.
after chatting with him on the phone, it was nice to actually go down and hear them again and meet them. So I'm excited.
Well, that's a big thing. That's
And what about the
major.
brass band, Sandy? How did you encounter the brass band?
The church, the Little Stone Church, my church in the center of town, had a Christmas concert with this brass band, and it was phenomenal. All brass. I think I'm going to say, don't want to misquote, 20 or 24.
Are they going to march?
They are, because
They're
right after the
marching?
concert, I went over to them and asked Mike if they do parades, and they absolutely do. So then he and I connected. And
Does he know this is a 10-mile parade?
Okay. No, I didn't tell him that. I told him the truth. So we connected, and they signed on to be our brass band, which will be fabulous.
Wow.
So these are the 2 big things, along with our
We
sign.
have our Bridgewater Raynham marching band from the high school.
That's great. They're getting very good.
Yeah, our Rainwater players sing and dance along
Oh.
the route, along with the Raynham Middle School Chorus. It's going to be a very musical parade. And Susan Winter School of Dance. They also dance and sing along the route. So that should be really good. Our middle school has a float. Our Merrill School has a float along with the La Liberty. So it's going to be
Historical
great.
Society.
Historical Society. Some of our favorite historical residents,
Oh, they're
lovers of
dressing-
history, will be in costume
They're
on
gonna
the
have-
float.
You're going to be part of that too. I don't know how many roles Pat plays.
She's everywhere.
We did it one time for Kathleen Roberts.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah,
who were
that's
you
really
that
good.
year? I don't know. I was Leonard. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was in front of the cemetery.
And there was no one knew where I was buried, so that was not good. You know?
Were you part of that one, Sandy?
No,
Yeah.
I was going to say, I must have missed that
One of
one.
Kathleen's wonderful ideas. Kathleen Roberts comes up
Yeah.
with some great ideas for the Historical Society. But yeah, it's shaping up. It's going to be great. The lacrosse team will be marching, Raynham lacrosse
Oh,
team.
wonderful.
And So trying to get as many people involved as possible.
Yeah.
Either you're in the parade or
Yeah.
hopefully you're
Yeah,
watching the
and that's how
parade.
small towns single themselves out
Exactly.
by doing that.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
Right. Reporter asked me the other day, after 4 years, are people finally, jumping on board and supporting this? And Sandy, I'm sure you'll say the same thing. We've got support from the very beginning.
We did. We did. It was amazing. Amazing. But I think that's everybody's heart for the military. And for this fundraiser, I'll be honest, we had a comedy night last year at the Legion, like we just said. And since I don't have a full-time job, I just take care of my 2 grandsons, I had the time and I went out and started asking for donations for raffles. And I personally am not one to ask anybody for anything for free. But the first place I went, this gentleman offered 4 rounds of golf with carts. It was Segregansett Country Club. And we talked, and he said these people need to remember, realize, children need to learn about our past history and our military, what it's done for us. And he said to me, if you do this comedy night or a fundraiser again, please come, I will donate again. Well, that just gave me the energy, and I didn't stop.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I don't even know how many we had, but we had a number of raffles. And we kind of doubled up because we had quite a bit, and mostly from Raynham people. And I did not have one person say, I'd rather not. So that just tells you, people do care. They do care.
They want to connect with the old days, but it's difficult to do. When you two took on that parade, there were a lot of people who were saying, we've tried that before and it just didn't work. And they had tried it before and it didn't. Like I tell you, when you're sucking in the fumes from leaves, and people are saying, where are you going? You're out in the street there, mister. Yeah, we know. Yeah.
But think of the purpose why I'm out in the street. Think of why I'm here. Yeah.
And the police and the fire department got right involved and helped out
Right.
as well, so.
It became a town
that's great,
event.
yeah.
It is a town event.
It really is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And the reason it was started, Dawn, is because, as Sandy had asked at that time, we wanted the kids to show, because it was a school. I think that's different about the parade. Lots of parades, a Legion was started or whatever, but this was the school supporting it, because we
Yeah.
wanted the schools to show their support for the veterans, but we also wanted the kids to realize
Right.
it's not just a holiday weekend. It's not a time to go to the beach or whatever.
And
It's
it takes an
Memorial
effort
Day.
because since the ending of the draft, which your children joined and your father did also, since the end of the draft, people have lost somewhat the connection. I'm always amazed because I never like standing up anywhere. It bothers me when they say everybody stand up who was in the, I don't like that. But you realize maybe a lot of them don't get up. Like sometimes I don't. But there's very few people who have served now, and so therefore, even in the Congress, they're having a devil of a time getting this thing going.
But you know what, John, I think it makes a difference with what Sandy did in her classrooms over the year and what we're doing, because at the graduation class of BR last year, we had 4 students that were going into the military.
Wow.
So I think we do promote that patriotism and love of country, which is so critical. It really is.
Yeah. Well, that parade that Sandy has of the little children, that always steals the show at that time. That upstages the whole
When we do the
thing. When you
Veterans
get
Day
the little
program.
children, yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's
And
really
now that I've been out of it for so long, I still see kids that will recognize me, and I might recognize them, but please don't ask me their name.
yeah.
But they will not say, well, you taught me the sound of B, or you taught me numbers, 2 + 2, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the things that we taught, such as the parade,
The
such
event.
as the events, correct. And that's what they will remember.
Tony Caputo used to always say memorable moments.
Yeah.
That's what the kids remember. and
Exactly.
It is.
Right.
Well, it's funny, when you go to the middle school now, you would have kindergarten or preschool, but all the kids in the audience know those songs from when they
There you
were
go.
preschool or kindergarten. So they all remember those songs, and they all want to sing along.
And once they're taught,
Yeah,
they're gonna remember it. But
Sing
even
it
at the
forever.
Veterans Day programs, we sing certain songs that
Yeah.
this committee puts on, and
Yeah.
the kids know them, and it's got to make them proud, And I think the older they get, the more they'll realize. I mean, at 5 years old, you only get a little piece of that, but if you're grown up with the respect of
Right.
the flag and so on and so forth,
Right.
that was a beginning for me, and that's kind of how I launched my kiddos into being respectful of our country and
And the
thankful.
key to thing in my political world too is always the thing. This is why it's interesting, this campaign coming up. The key word is respect. And if you don't show the veterans respect, not because I'm a vet, just because you've got to show respect to people who put themselves on the line. That uniform. When I was in, the uniform was a shield. Now, I'm sorry to say, in some ways, it's a target.
Correct.
And it's at risk just by putting that thing on. And so do the Legion people, by the way. I'm not in favor of them not treating everyone who puts on the uniform as a veteran. They've got so many years to be with VFW, so many this, so many that. No, once you put on a uniform, you've served your country.
Absolutely.
Totally agree with
Because
that.
that is telling the people you've got a thing in your life to do, but you're putting your life aside to do that.
Absolutely.
Same as the Peace Corps or anything else.
Absolutely.
And when you see someone, and we see them sometimes around here in their Army fatigues or whatever, just go up and thank them.
Yeah.
I look
Yeah.
at that and say, that's somebody's son, somebody's, husband or wife or whatever, and they're missing vacations with a family or birthdays or holidays or whatever, working 24/7 for us.
Yeah.
We need to appreciate that.
And every once in a while, when you think something's over, it isn't. There's fatalities still occurring
course.
in some cases.
Absolutely.
And one person gone is a life gone.
That's right.
You never know. I always tell the stories of during World War II, there were two gentlemen that ended up in the Pacific Ocean, and one of them was President Bush, whose plane was shot down. The other was John Fitzgerald Kennedy. His PT
Yes.
boat was shot down. So, and they and by the way, Mr. Trukey, John Trukey, who lived on the corner of Richmond
sure.
and South Main, he was the one who pulled them out of the ocean. The
Really?
Bush, George Bush, and he was always promised by Bush that he'd give him a lunch, but he didn't. He gave him a letter. He said, "Well, he's a Republican. That's why he did that." But you don't know what life would occur for those who have laid down their life. You
Right.
don't know
Yeah, exactly.
what it would be. So they've paid the ultimate price, as would our Paul. Paul Monty will
Right.
remind us
Yeah,
of
and-
Jared.
And there's going to be a float, too, that Robin Wall is putting together that will be in tribute to Jared
To
Monty.
Jared Monty, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mr. Monty's been on our committee. He's come to our meetings, but he is
His
so
only
busy
problem
with
is that
so many
he's got
things.
so many things going on
Right.
at the same time, and the flags that he
Right.
distributes and all.
Right, all of the flags that he puts at the Bourne
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah.
Phenomenal. And he started that.
Right,
He
exactly.
fought to have that
Exactly.
Yeah.
come true.
So it can be done.
You just
and
need,
it's-
you need to push.
We just hope the crowds build. Of course, we would like good weather.
Yeah, it would be nice.
But if I'm in the covered wagon, then
You'll
I'm
be
sorry.
safe.
Just suck it up, people.
Well, we had one year, Sandy, remember? It was raining and us, we canceled,
I
we
remember.
not canceled. you
Yeah, I remember
canceled.
that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was raining. As soon as the parade started, the rain stopped.
It
Yeah.
was amazing. It knew. Yep, yep.
And then when the ceremony was over at the end, the rain
It started to rain again.
So hopefully we'll have that kind of a good luck.
Right.
But we're still looking for people to be in the parade. If anybody wants to put a float or a walking unit or whatever, they can contact us. And we have one more planning meeting scheduled for
Monday,
Monday, May
16th?
16th, exactly, Monday, May 16th.
Oh, that's
at
we're getting
7
close,
o'clock.
aren't we? Huh?
No, I'm sorry, that's town meeting, May 23rd. May 23rd is the last meeting at 7 o'clock at the
Wow.
Merrill School. That'll be of the week. Memorial Day's late this year because it's the 28th. It's right at the end of the month. So people can come to that or just contact us. And we've got a few horses that'll be in the parade.
At the end with the scooper.
Yeah, exactly. And
Molly will be there again.
Oh,
yes,
Molly
Miss
will be there, of
Taunton,
course,
that's
of
right.
course.
We have
Yeah,
the
she's-
honor of having our Raynham resident
It's-
Molly Karen.
Yeah, she's been
John's
there for years.
granddaughter,
Yeah.
Miss Taunton,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And she'll
Yeah,
be
she's
singing.
gonna be in the.
She'll be
she's
singing
gonna sing the
too.
Star
Yeah,
Spangled
yeah.
Banner for us, exactly.
Right.
So that's great.
And the
The years
brass.
go by. She's got 2 parades in the weekend. Oh, she got another one in Taunton a couple of days later. So they have
Yeah,
one in
it
Taunton
seems
also.
these important holidays,
Taunton does well
have
with
parades.
their parades too. They do well.
And Debbie Carr was very helpful
Bridgewater
to us
has
to
good
begin.
parades. You know, the towns
There's on
around here
Monday,
have.
I think, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is great. And so it's shaping up to be a really good parade, as always, and hopefully, oh, that was what I was going to mention. What about the Girl Scouts? In addition to giving out Girl Scout cookies, what else are they going to give out, Cindy?
Flags.
Oh, are they?
Little
They will be at the
flags.
beginning of the
The
parade.
little flags, yeah.
Little flags.
That's nice, yeah.
Yep,
And so
We
then we
have-
see the little children waving their flags
Ah.
as they're marching by.
right.
Do they go up early so that?
They'll
when
be at the front of the
Yeah,
parade.
at the parade,
Yeah.
yeah. That's great.
And the Boy Scouts, we have Troop 79 will be participating, and 2 Cub Scout troops, I think, as well.
Mhm.
So it's going to be a great.
Military, anyone from the Guard or the?
Yes.
The 772nd Military Unit in
Okay.
Taunton. They're going to have an honor guard this year, Cindy, we think?
Yes, we
possible.
think, seriously think that they're going to have an honor guard for us.
That would be
A couple of
wonderful.
Humvees, and they've supported us, even on the Veterans Day programs. They have been so good to us. Very easy to work with. So, yes, we will have military there as well.
So it's coming around.
It's coming around,
Very
and so is the sunshine.
Yeah.
How many attend your meetings? Do you get a good turnout or is it?
It's a core group.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
about a dozen, probably.
And then you may have some extras that come one week and not the
Right.
next. Once they
Right.
get their information, they're pretty well set.
Yeah, that's right.
Kevin Marrera is also very helpful.
Yeah,
And
Kevin's very active
He's
now,
involved with
isn't
that
he? Yeah.
search team.
He's
and
with the
they
National
help
Guard.
out coordinate the parade, too. Because he'll have a member with each unit, and they'll keep in contact. So if there's any issues or to move us along, if there's a space, we try not to have a
Yeah.
space in the middle
Yeah.
of the parade, if
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Right.
So, so that's really helpful.
Like I just say, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to do pretty much anything.
Mm-hmm.
But all these heads together, the thoughts, the ideas, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's working. Everybody has their piece to do.
And for traffic considerations too, if anybody's watching the parade, if they're close enough to the gazebo, they can walk to the ceremony. But if they need to drive,
Yeah.
they can go by King Philip Street through North Main Street to King Philip Street and come in that direction.
That's
The
right,
road
come
will
in
be
the other
open
way, yeah.
as far as the soccer field, probably.
Correct.
So
And there's
people
plenty of
could
parking there.
Park there and
Yeah.
then walk to the gazebo for that.
That's why that's a
The
great
gazebo really
location.
is, it's really, it's not a long ceremony. I don't even know if it's a half hour, but it's impressive.
It brings the whole thing
Very
together, yeah.
impressive, and it's a nice way to end the parade and then get on with
If people
the rest of
watching
your
this
weekend.
would stay around for that, I think
Right.
they'll remember it forever.
Absolutely.
And now that we've announced it, people may know.
Is your
And
son
this-
helping us again this year?
He is.
You
He is.
volunteered him?
Christopher. I volunteered him. He said yes right away. And Patrick's
great
working, so
job.
they'll both be doing a piece of whatever needs to be done.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And the rest of my family will be there watching.
Carrying banners.
They'll be there. Yes, ma'am.
Either carrying banners or watching, but it should be great.
It's a good time. By the people who are in it, it's a good time. For the people who watch, and then maybe we could build up a little more of a crowd after it, because into that,
Right.
Right, right. But it really makes you feel not only proud to be an American, but proud to be a Raynham resident.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nicely said. I
there
agree.
are certain things Raynhamites will do. They'll do the parade, they'll do, what is it that Raynham has, Raynham Day, Pride Day. Pride Day.
Yeah.
They do get together for these certain things, besides the athletic activities,
Right.
which Raynham's
But
well
all
known
these
for.
town departments, I mean, would do anything. They're just wonderful people. And that's what makes Raynham. I'm not moving anywhere.
Going nowhere.
This is my
right?
place.
So we are almost out of time, but it's not too late to get involved in the parade, and certainly put it on your calendar, Saturday, May 28th. Step off at 10 o'clock. The ceremony should be at about 11:15. It takes about an hour to
Yeah.
Correct.
walk the
Yep.
route. We walk a little slower than the vehicles could travel if they wanted to.
Well, I like to go a little fast, watch
Yeah.
you guys run once in a while, with heels,
Yeah, really.
backwards.
Sandy, do you want to give out your phone number again if people want to
Sure,
call you?
sure. It's 508-272-7245.
We do
That's
have some
fine.
yard signs that'll be going up, so watch for the signs and join us for the parade.
Thanks very much for coming in, Sandy. We
Thank
appreciate it.
you, thank
We're
you.
out of time.
This
Thank you
is-
very much. John McKinnon, our host, Sandy Leahy, our guest. We'll see you on our next episode of The Good Old Days.